Matthew's Message, July 21, 2013. Effects of Disclosure of U.S. Government Documents, George Zimmerman Trial. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. We are happy to address the questions of many readers about two situations that also are of interest to a multitude of others. Both involve United States citizens, and while it may appear that they have no connection whatsoever, these two highly publicized issues are the same at the core, and both are examples of long strides in your society's progress. First, will Edward Snowden's release of confidential documents lead to more transparency about his government's activities, or just further complicate tenuous international relations? If it could be said that transforming your world requires a primary ingredient, that ingredient would be truth. The energy levels in which Earth is orbiting is paving the way for truths to come forth, but there is no specific means whereby this must occur because there is flexibility in soul contracts. To explain this relationship, let us say that you chose to earn a considerable amount of money to balance a lifetime of desperate poverty. Along with that provision of the contract, you chose factors to help attain it, such as country of residence, innate skills, and a tendency to think and act independently. But there is no hard and fast method or only one field of endeavor that will lead to your acquiring the lifestyle you chose. Without any conscious memory of your soul contract, you simply respond to ideas, instinct, intuition, aspirations, and conscience, your soul's messages to your consciousness that are aligned with your contract choices, as opportunities arise that fit. When this is applied to persons you call whistleblowers, it is what Edward Snowden did. While he is regarded by some as a traitor and by others as a hero, your analysts discuss his childhood and adolescence, personality traits, and immaturity, and they speculate on his motives for releasing his government's confidential documents. They don't know, and neither does Snowden, that he was responding to his soul's messages when the opportunity arose that fit. It is the same confluence of energetic factors that motivated Bradley Manning to disclose official documents and Julian Assange to establish WikiLeaks. By no means are these three the only ones who have acted upon a sense of responsibility to bring truth to light. We are speaking only of persons currently in the news. As for the released information's effects on international relations, the individuals mentioned have no interest in making a mountain out of a molehill. They have far more important internal matters to deal with. Furthermore, the prevailing vibrations are all in favor of leaders smoothing out any differences and arriving at international accord. As for transparency in governing, this will come about with the demands of the citizenry, not just an end to secrecy, but to political self-service, corrupt justice systems, and the corporate money that underlies many governing bodies' policies and legislation. The outcry for change is not only in the United States, to be sure. Egyptians, Brazilians, and Russians are among others who also are demanding that their respective governments serve the people's best interests. In every nation where beneficial changes are needed, the persistence and courage of grassroots movements, some with external support, is what will manifest them. The second issue of widespread interest is the trial of George Zimmerman that resulted in his acquittal of manslaughter and second-degree murder charges in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin. While most people are focused on the verdict, fair or unjust, many readers are asking, did they and their families agree to this in their soul contracts? Yes, but this begs an explanation. Trayvon and George and their families are like all other souls insofar as selecting karmic experiencing to balance other lifetimes. That is, they agreed to experience the killing, death, and traumatic aftermath, and their contracts offered a degree of flexibility insofar as where, when, and how that would occur. Especially during this unique time in the universe, opportunities that fit are arising plentifully worldwide, so that not only can karmic choices be completed, but also those serve a greater purpose. And so it is with the Martin and Zimmerman families. Defense attorneys and a juror claimed that race was not a factor. Nevertheless, the pervasive perception is that racial discrimination, or profiling, is indeed the root of the matter, and many are protesting the verdict. The trial and its outcome are forcibly bringing to light that racial bigotry, which long has been a scene and a strain on humankind, has no place in your world today. Education may shift a mental outlook on race, but it is only when hearts are deeply touched that real change is effected in a society. This is why Trayvon and George and their families agreed to their respective roles in this personal tragedy. The same kind of bitter divisiveness caused by racial bigotry also is inherent in religions, ethnic and cultural traditions, societal caste designations, governing systems, gender, and economic status. All of these areas of differences that have caused untold suffering for millennia will be coming to an end. Individuals around the world are fearlessly responding to a strong sense of responsibility to act upon what they know at soul and conscious levels is the right thing to do, and the universe is presenting opportunities for them to act in alignment with contract choices. Most are not recognized outside their circle of close confederates, and even the few who are heralded internationally are no more aware than is the populace that before birth, these individuals chose to be who they are, doing what they are doing. One who is well known and greatly respected is Malala Yousafzai, the young Pakistani girl who, even after being shot because she was fighting for the right of girls to be educated, is continuing her efforts toward that goal. It is not only because of expert medical attention and myriad prayers that she recovered from a life-threatening head wound. In her soul contract, she chose to devote her life to this valuable service that ultimately will benefit girls wherever they are being denied the same education as boys. Pope Francis is another well-known and greatly respected person. The spiritually evolved soul who embodied as George Bergoglio did so by request of the highest universal council so that later he could fill the powerfully influential papal position. In keeping with the soul's acceptance, the universe paved the way for the opportunity that fit. Thus Bergoglio became the Pope, and despite strong opposition in the Vatican, he is acting upon what he feels is his responsibility, to right the wrongs that body has perpetrated from its inception. Throughout Earth's ascension pathway she has been receiving an astronomical amount of light from other civilizations. But, our beloved family, it is the light being generated by everyone who is heeding the voice within that is moving your society ever closer to a peaceful, harmonious world where all share equally in Earth's vast abundance. All light beings in this universe embrace you light workers in unconditional love and highest esteem. Love and peace. Channeled by Suzanne Ward. www.matthewbooks.com